Hi, this is Dr. Birchler from the Chiropractic Health Center. I'm here with a patient, Justin Huntsman, who has a story just to share with us about how he's doing with chiropractic care that we thought would be impactful for some other people. So I'd just like to start, say, Justin, would you tell us about what you were dealing with 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago when you were started here in terms of the types of pain and problems you were having, and some of the testing you had done and the answers you did or didn't get from the kind of medical field on that?
Sure. It even goes further back beyond, but for the most part, 3 or 4 months ago, I was at a point where my legs were numb, my feet were numb, I was constantly tired. I had pain in my arms, pain in my neck, excruciating pain in my back, had trouble sleeping, and I went to regular doctors and went through a series of testing, went through a series of needles that were poked into my arm and my legs, and really got no satisfaction. And coming here, with just in a couple adjustments, I really noticed a difference. The numbness in my legs were gone, the pain in my feet were gone, and we've progressed even more and more each time that I've come.
Excellent. And what are some things you feel like you're able to do now, like we talked about earlier today, cutting grass and that kind of thing, but that you're routinely doing now that just a few months back would have been either impossible or you would have just been in a ton of pain with?
It even started in the wintertime, shoveling snow. I couldn't do it. Not that I like to do it, but it was just very, very painful. Things now that I can do, cutting grass was no problem. And most of all was playing with my kids.
We also, when you did the kayak or canoe trip or something like that?
Canoe trip for 4.5 hours last Sunday.
Yeah, awesome.
Couldn't sit. Awesome. I hated sitting in a seat, even driving down the road in a car. My back would hurt and I would have to pull over and get up, kind of walk around for a little while. I could drive almost forever.
You know, there's something else I thought would be worth mentioning here. One of the last kind of holdouts of things that we're trying to get totally resolved is this right elbow pain near the elbow joint and then down near the wrist joint, some forearm muscle pain there. And could you just briefly recount, we had started working on your spine initially, and then we added in adjustments of your elbow with the idea that you'd had a prior motorcycle accident and maybe hurt that elbow. And just briefly tell about how that pain changed after we adjusted the elbow those first few times.
Yeah, I was in a pretty serious motorcycle accident several years ago, and most of this can be or probably is tied into that. And I was kind of tossed around from place to place and doctor to doctor for a long time, and I just had this random pain that was in my elbow, and nobody could really figure it out. And it got to the point where I couldn't grasp or do anything such as this simple movement hurt bad. Sleeping or turning or pushing or whatever. It's been adjusted a few times, and just those adjustments have been amazing.
Excellent. So
holding a pencil.
Yeah, just fine stuff with those forearm muscles there. So just to kind of wrap up, if somebody was dealing with similar things to what you had been dealing with, the widespread pain, maybe not real clear answers on why they're even having it, negative testing, those kind of things, a lot of the stuff that we talked about, what would you say to somebody about whether it be chiropractic care or how to proceed in a similar situation?
Well, first of all, I would never hesitate again to ever do chiropractic care. The problem I think people face is that they think that the medical field has all the answers. And they may, or they may not. I don't personally believe that they do. I was treated as a lab rat and a test dummy. And knowing that my body was made to be perfect, I knew that the chiropractic care was the way to go.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us, Justin.